Welcome back, my dear students. Landscape of the Soul by Nathalie Travaroy. This chapter is taken from class 11th, Hornbill, and today I'm going to present part 2, explanation part. Next paragraph. The hard words are disciple, anecdote, and Flanders. Let us begin the explanation. These stories played an important role in classical education in China. Similarly, like the books of Confucius and Zhuangzi are full of such stories as they help the master to help and guide his followers in the right direction. These stories were considered to be deeply revealing of the spirit, just like the art. There was another famous story, in contrast to the previous one, where the painter would not paint the eye of a dragon. He feared that the dragon would fly out from the painting. It was one of the stories from many others which came from a medieval country in Western Europe. Next paragraph. The hard words are adverb, delicate realism, swat, apprentice, illusionistic likeness. Let us begin the explanation. During the 15th century in Antwerp, a master blacksmith named Quentin Matsys falls in love with a painter's daughter. Since the father was not accepting the relationship because of his profession, the blacksmith sneaked into the painter's studio and painted a fly on his latest panel. The painting was so real that the master tried to hit the fly away before he realized that it was just a painting. The blacksmith was accepted into the studio as a trainee apprentice. He married the painter's daughter and later became one of the famous painters of his age. The two stories told above are trying to illustrate the form of art in two different regions. In Europe, the art is perfect and like an illusion which resembles something. In Asia, the art gives an essence of inner life and spirit. Next paragraph. As in the Chinese story, the artist reveals the true meaning of his work to the emperor who rules over his territory but did not know the way within. The emperor only saw the outer appearance of the wall painting. The work was mysterious and Dao, which means something which has both paths, is what the artist did. As the painting was gone after the artist reached the caves, the motive was fulfilled that some work is beyond material appearance. Next paragraph. The difficult words are figurative painting, leisurely, conceptual space. Explanation. The Chinese landscape painting is not made with a real viewpoint, but it is a representation of the artist's thoughts. The Western painting in Europe is a figurative art form. The European painter paints a landscape to show you a specific scene of the landscape, whereas the Chinese painter doesn't choose a real viewpoint. You can enter the painting from any point and can travel anywhere where your thoughts and imagination take you. The Chinese artists want you to travel by creating your own path and then come out in a relaxed movement. In China, this mode of seeing a painting is more enjoyable. A horizontal scroll is a form where one section of the painting is opened by rolling it up to move on the other side. It creates a dimension which is not practiced in any other form of artwork. It requires both mental and physical participation of the viewer. The Chinese painter wants you to enter his mind and see the painting from his thoughts. The landscape created by Chinese artists is spiritual, inner, and of conceptual or abstract space. Next paragraph. The hot words are Taoism and void. The Chinese concept of art is also expressed as shan shui, which also means mountain water. It is used together to represent the word landscape. The two complementary poles of an image reflect the Taoist view. The mountain in the landscape is yang, which means to reach vertically towards heaven, stable, warm, and dry in the sun, whereas the water is the yin, which is receptive and feminine aspect of the universal energy. The yang is active and masculine, and the opposite of yin. There is a third essential element which is a middle void, which is the place where they interact. This middle void can be compared to pranayam, which means to breathe in, retain, and breathe out. Here, the suspension of the breathe is the void in this meditation process. It is an essential part as nothing can happen without it. Hence, the white unpainted space in Chinese landscape is equally important. Last paragraph. The hard words are conduit, oppressed, and lofty. So, the middle void is where a man finds an important role. Man is the channel of communication in the space between heaven and earth, which are the two poles of the universe. Man's presence is essential. It is not being lost or suppressed due to high peaks, but he is the eye of the landscape. So, thank you for watching, and in the next video, I will continue with the same chapter, remaining part. I hope you have enjoyed it. In case of doubts, as usual, you can clear through WhatsApp. Thank you very much.